This message comes from Intuit TurboTax. Now, Taxes is matching with an expert backed by tech to get you the most money back at TurboTax.com. Experts only available with TurboTax Live. See guarantee details at TurboTax.com/guarantees.
Heads up, this episode contains a little cursing and a lot of sex talk. When has selfishness served you well?
Oh my goodness. Just being a woman in this world, wanting anything for yourself, we need to think that we are being our most selfish, and we are like literally asking for the bare minimum.
I'm Rachel Martin, and this is Wild Card, the show where cards control the conversation. Each week, my guest answers questions about their life, pulled from a deck of cards. They're allowed to skip one and to flip one question back on me. My guest this week is Michelle Buteau.
Comedy is sort of a self-serving career, so every time I leave the house, I feel bad. I'm like, I'm so sorry, I'm going to go live my dream. But then I come back, like, fulfilled.
A stressed-out TV news producer walks off her night shift and into a bar, where she tells jokes, and lots of people laugh. So many people laugh that after 6 years of leading this double life, she thinks maybe it's time to give the comedy thing a real shot. And she does, and it works! The end of the story isn't a punchline. It's the place Michelle Buteau finds herself right now, in this moment, on top of the world or pretty damn close. I should say she's also a mom to 5-year-old twins, who for sure bring her crashing back down to earth on the regular, but like in a good way. When you see Michelle perform, she gives off a beautiful blended vibe of, oh my God, I can't believe I'm here, and also, of course I am here. That comedic combination has kept her quite busy. In the last year, she starred in the movie Babes, and the TV show based on her memoir, Survival of the Thickest, was renewed for a second season. Her brand new Netflix comedy special is called A Buteau-ful Mind at Radio City Music Hall. Michelle Buteau, welcome to Wildcard.
What a beautiful introduction. I mean,
Thanks.
It's like you're an emotional accountant and you just read the receipts. And, ooh, baby, it's a wild world. Those two winds ground me and
right?
like nothing I ever knew.
Are you ready to play a game?
I think so.
Okay, round one. 3 cards in front of you, Michelle. 1,
Wow.
2, or 3.
Let's meet. I'm going to meet you in the middle. The middle one. So number 2.
What do you admire about your teenage self?
Oh my goodness. I think, to be honest, what I really admire about my teenage self is like how grown, but also like I was grown, but I was also very innocent and pure at the same time. My high school sweetheart was this guy from Afghanistan that just moved like in 8th grade. He was my high school sweetheart. I was so religious. I wanted to wait till I was married to have sex. I wanted to convert to Islam so I could marry him to have sex.
Wow.
But like I also like took this, like I took his family, I took everything on very seriously. So I was like very grown, but also like innocent at the same time. He ended up having sex with who I thought was my best friend, this white girl with a bubble butt, and then I just went into like Anita Baker. I went to Stevie Wonder. I was like a middle-aged woman by the time I was 17. I'm like, love, I've heard of it, and so I feel like I lived a life. You know what I mean? I was like, too much, never too much, never too much. Like I was a girl. I was like, Calgon, come and take it, girl. So that's like there was never
So
like a light and fun moment.
What piece of that is like what you hold up with reverence or admiration? That you were just like
In it. I was in it. I was living
yeah.
it. I was not scared to live life. I was like, the thing about loving someone else besides yourself, being vulnerable, is that you are open to being hurt.
Yeah.
To be in love also means you know what it is to experience pain. Yeah. And so I'm really glad that I had that moment when I was 17 and I gave years to him. I feel like I'm aging backwards almost, where I'm just like, oh, girls just want to have fun. Like I ate the ice cream first. That's what I really appreciate about myself.
Where's that
as
guy?
a teenager.
Where's that guy? Do you know?
You know what? He Facebooked me years ago when I was married. Yeah. And he's like, hey, I believe in karma. My life has not been the same. My wife cheated on me and left me with our 2 kids. And I really feel like I need you to forgive me for my life to be better.
Whoa. Mm-hmm. Whoa.
Yeah.
So he wasn't like, hey, what's going on with you in your life? Like, he wasn't coming on to you. He just needed this closure for whatever had happened.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Like years later.
Wow.
And you know what I did?
I hope you forgave him. I don't know.
I never got back to him. And you know, he saw it said "seen" at the bottom of that, and I never got back to you.
Oh my God. Was that just question 1? Okay, we're moving along. Bum, bum, bum. 3 new cards, 1, 2, or 3.
Okay, I'm going to go for 3.
3.
It's a lucky number.
What's a piece of advice you were smart to ignore?
Oh my God, lose weight. Shut up. People that tell you to lose weight are never a doctor. They never look happy. It doesn't look like they enjoy good food and or have sex or had an orgasm without like a mirror. Stop. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Lose weight, people won't like you, love you, or you can get a job. Shut up. Not only am I going to keep my weight, I might gain some weight. Mm-hmm. Okay? I'm going to gain some weight and I'm going to create jobs. And I'm not going to give you one of them. I'm just going to show you what it looks like to love my body, my double chin, my extra rolls. Okay?
Did someone
my buckets of thighs. Sauce on the side, you can't afford it. So sorry.
People actually said the words to you? I don't know. I'm here for the ride, girl. Someone said to you the words, because there's lots of ways to put that forward. You know, passive, like, But did someone say the words to you? You will be more successful if you lose weight.
Not only have people said those words to me.
Wow.
Let's say family members at dinner parties. Don't eat that. You're going to get fat and no one's going to marry you. College professor, when I told him I wanted to be a journalist, an entertainment reporter, he said, you're just simply too fat to be on camera. Casting directors, quite honestly, culture and society.
Yeah.
Because if I don't see myself, then you're saying that something's wrong with me. And that's why diversity matters is not just a hashtag. If you see it, you believe you can actually be it. Mm-hmm. Because you're like, oh, there it is. And here I am. But if it's never there, then how do you know that you can even knock on the door to say, I'm here? So that's why it matters.
But like, did you come out that way? Because you're saying even your family told you this. So was there a moment when you made the choice to be like, I'm not going to listen to this, because that's hard.
I mean, I think I played the game for a long while, but like didn't like truly believe it. Do you know what I mean? Like I played like, okay, I'll listen to you.
Yeah.
You know, because I have to. And you know, I believe them in terms of like, well, I don't see me, so maybe I'll just like do my own thing and be happy over here. Yeah. But like I never believe them in like I have to, you know, starve myself, you know?
Yeah.
And the thing that really, you know, the straw that broke the camel toe, as I like to say, is my wedding. Because all my friends are like, you gotta diet. You gotta exercise. You gotta diet. That's what you do. And I was like, why? And they're like, you just gotta do it. And I did it, and I lost a lot of weight, and I was like, this doesn't feel good, and I missed turkey bacon. And my dress was too big and kept falling off of me during my father-daughter dance and all the dancing. And then I literally had like some tequila and a potato and blacked out for the rest of my wedding. I'm like, why? Had I been pre-gaming, I already found a man that's going to love me no matter what. What am I doing? And that's when I was just like, no, I'm not listening to you guys anymore. And I just kind of it wasn't like I woke up one day like in a Rebel Wilson movie. I'm just like, you know what? No more. That was a really good movie. I don't remember the name of it, but I had a cameo. The point is.
Your mind is just...
It's hard to sleep.
This message comes from Schwab. At Schwab, how you invest is your choice, not theirs. That's why when it comes to managing your wealth, Schwab gives you more choices. You can invest and trade on your own. Plus, get advice and more comprehensive wealth solutions to help meet your unique needs. With award-winning service, low costs, and transparent advice, you can manage your wealth your way at Schwab. Visit schwab.com to learn more. This message comes from Picture House, presenting Porcelain War, chronicling 3 Ukrainian artists who choose to stay in their native country armed with their art, their cameras, and for the first time in their lives, their guns. Now playing select cities, coming soon to a theater near you. This message comes from NPR sponsor Lisa. Good sleep should come naturally, and with the new Natural Hybrid mattress, it can. A collaboration between Lisa and West Elm, the Natural Hybrid is expertly crafted from natural latex, natural wool, and certified safe foams to elevate your sleep sanctuary and support a greener tomorrow. Plus, every purchase helps fuel Lisa's work with shelters and those in need. Visit lisa.com to learn more. That's LEESA.com. This message comes from Carvana. Sell your car the convenient way. Enter your license plate or VIN, answer a few questions, and get a real offer in seconds. Go to Carvana.com today.
Okay, before we get to round 2, I want to talk about your new special on Netflix. Congratulations. This is a huge deal.
Yeah.
And this is hard to believe, but you are the first woman to record a comedy special there in that esteemed venue, right?
Yeah. You know, at a certain point when you're making history, you're just like, really? Yeah. Really? Like, it doesn't even feel like you can celebrate it that hard because you're like, this should have happened. Right. But I feel like that happens with everybody making history. Is that we've just sort of like let BS happen for way too long. And so, you know, and the comedians out there know this. You get 2 shows, you know, you get a late show and an early show, and then you get to edit those 2 shows together and get the best of the best. Well, you know, Radio City Music Hall is a little over 6,000 seats. And so I did not have the bandwidth to do 2 shows. So I was like, I do the 1 show and I tape it like it's a live show. The great thing about this is also the scary thing. And that's also like the same thing with like anything. It's like, we are way more ready than we think we are. Mm. You know, you just are. And I do love that people prepare and over prepare, but you've been preparing your whole life. Doing stand-up for like over 20 years. I've been doing stand-up when Taylor Swift was wearing her hair curly. That's how long I've been doing stand-up. Okay?
That really places it for me. That really is a marker.
Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm like, let's go. It is scary, but that's what made it fun. And we need to take chances on ourselves, and we need to create our own platforms when given the opportunity, and also give ourselves license and opportunity. So I'm like, let's go. What am I going to wear?
An amazing suit with really great shoulder pads. You looked amazing.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so there's this old trope of the stand-up comic, like a cynical, usually, like, white guy, and a little misanthropic, perhaps, equal parts self-loathing and egocentric, magically. Mm-hmm. Yours is not that. It's like the opposite of that. It is, and that is a very intentional choice. I mean, yours is joy. Can you talk about how you made that choice?
I mean, I think, you know, I had like coworkers when I first started stand-up tell me like, you should do stand-up. And I'm like, I should not. Because I would go to shows and everybody was like so unhappy and they didn't have sex and they had no money and they were always high or they couldn't get laid. And I was like, I love money. I like being happy. I like good food. I like sex. Maybe this is not for me. Maybe I'm too happy for this.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? After sitting through shows, I want someone to feel like they are like also living life. I want to be inspired. And so I'm just like, there's all different types of music and there can be different types of comedy. Yeah. You know?
I talked to Alana Glazer for a recent episode, your friend and co-star from Babes. So good. She said to me that the two of you talked about stand-up as an affliction, though.
Yeah.
What about it feels like an affliction, which is not necessarily a positive word?
It's not, but it's like once you name the thing, then it's easier to deal with it and make it a superpower. So I have anxiety. I found out later in life that I'm dyslexic, but it's a superpower because now I can read your script, make it my own. Everyone's like, she's so natural and off the cuff. I'm like, yeah, because I cannot read what you wrote. So I'm just going to do it my way. And people are like, oh man. I'm just like, yeah, call me the big titty Ryan Seacrest. That's who it is. I don't know. But like, yeah, when we talk about stand-up, it is an affliction. You know, when people, especially younger comedians, are like, how do I make money at stand-up? I'm like, well, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. You should not be doing this for money. You do it because you love it. And there's something that like drives you to that stage and that microphone every time. Whether you've bombed, you got to get back up there and see if you could do it again. Whether you are testing a new joke and you get chuckles, you want to get back up there and make it a belly laugh and then like an applause break. And what do you want to say that hasn't been said? Like, by you and like other people. And so like there's this affliction thing that like you have to keep going back for more. And that's the exciting part about it too. It's just like, you know, instead of looking at what's wrong with us, like you should be thinking like, damn, how do I make this into a superpower? Period.
Okay, we're moving on. We're back in the game. Get back in it.
Okay, Shaq.
Round 2. 3 new cards. 1, 2, or 3.
I'm gonna go 1 this time.
I don't think I've asked anyone this question before.
Oh boy.
What's the biggest risk you've ever taken?
Definitely getting married.
Whoa.
That's crazy. That's insane. I don't
Just the whole
really,
thing of it? Yeah.
Yes. Like I don't know you.
But
you don't
more
know
than
me.
having a baby?
Well, that was really crazy too because we did IVF for 5 years and I had a lot of losses and then we had to go down the surrogacy route.
Yeah.
So that was pretty insane. But like also, like it was just one of those things where it was like one of the hardest moments of my life and the most lonely because I had no one to talk to. Like I didn't know it. Like everybody was either deep in IVF, didn't want to have kids at all, or just got pregnant naturally. And so I didn't, and everybody was like full of advice that was useless. And so I just really wanted somebody to say, I'm sorry you're going through this. And like just give me a hug. Mm-hmm. And even like when my kids were born, I was like, I just kept praying. Like, I hope I walk away with 2 heartbeats. Like, I hope I work. And so like that was absolutely crazy. But if I have to think about like the person, my partner, my man that I'm like on this journey with where like anything can happen in life. And so it feels like the floor is like gone under your feet or you're just tumbling or you're like at the top of like a roller coaster in life. And you're like, how do I just want to go to the part where I get down and like, no, I'm okay. You know, to like have a person to do that with is fucking special. You can bleep me. Fucking special. And so I met my husband out of a one night stand to be like, I don't know, you seem pretty great. Like, you know, I just kind of followed my instinct and I was like, I don't really know you, but all I want to know is the only thing I know is that I want to keep seeing you tomorrow. And he was in Amsterdam. I was in New York. We had no money. We would like get miles or like GoFundMes and like try to see each other. And I was like, I think I want my face to be in your face for a very long time. And that's all I knew. Yeah. And there was like no red flags for me to be like, you know?
If there were no red flags, what felt risky about it?
Because what if there is a red flag later?
Yeah.
What if you're waiting for the other shoe to drop when you're in a relationship? You know, sometimes you're just like, is this going to be really good? To be honest, like,
what if he's
my high school sweetheart set me up?
I was going to say,
exactly.
What if he cheats on her with big bottoms?
Yes, because there was a long line of cheating, and that's why I put cheating in the first episode of Survival of the Thickest, because I was like, ooh, I really know what it's like to kind of like rebuild your life from this horrible moment. But what happens when I saw this quote on Instagram. I'm sorry, everybody, but here we are. Okay.
It's good.
The quote is the tools that you needed to thrive the tools that you need to survive will not be the ones you need to thrive. So you have to also learn how to be happy. Stop picking the scab, you know? And so I was like, oh, sometimes I look at my husband, I'm like, this is really crazy. I can't believe we're still doing this. It's been 16 years. I'm like, can you believe it? You know, it's crazy. That was what, like, I didn't even know that you could like still want to have sex with somebody past like 5 minutes. Do you know what I mean? I was like, what? You could still want to have sex with that person like a decade later? That's great. Like, people trade in cars faster. I don't know.
Okay. Last one in this round. 1, 2, 3.
God, I'm going to go number 2. I'm sorry. No, wait, number 3.
Oh, my God. Okay.
This is a good number.
Damn it. I want to ask both of them. Okay, fine. You pick 3.
Ask both. I'll make it quick.
Okay, when has selfishness served you well?
Oh my goodness. Just being a woman in this world, wanting anything for yourself, we need to think that we are being our most selfish, and we are like literally asking for the bare minimum. So like all the time, you know, when people are like, what do you want to do? I'm like, make money. I want to make a lot of money. I want to make a lot of money. I want to like take care of myself. I don't want to work. I want FU money. I want my kids to like understand how hard it is to like make money, but like appreciate it, like, and be okay. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah. Selfish. Very selfish. Women and children first. I don't know. Also, like, comedy is sort of a self-serving career. So every time I leave the house, I feel bad. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm going to go live my dream. But then I come back like fulfilled.
Yeah.
Yeah. The mom guilt is real.
Yeah, no, but don't you also wish that for your kids? Like, I think it's few people that get to do a thing. Work is work. Most people just got to go, and you got to do it, and you come home to your family, and you have a life outside it. To have a job that you love is a special thing, and
it is.
Yeah, I get that.
Yes, and if you can uplift people at the same time, go what you doing? Go pack that bag.
Yeah. You gave me the right to ask you this other one, so I'm going to. Because you picked it first. No, it's good. What's your shortcut to a good cry?
It doesn't take much.
You don't need a shortcut.
I don't need a shortcut.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when I get into politics with people and they're like, take the emotion out of it, I'm like, if you're not emotional, then you are also part of the problem. Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything. I mean, like, when I think about my friend Peppermint, who is a beautiful Black trans woman in my show, and every time I've seen her give a speech, she's like, you know, statistically, I'm in my 40s, right? And I'm not even supposed to be alive as a Black trans woman. That makes me feel horrible. You know, there's like so many things that will like get me there, but I'm just like, yeah, I think more people need to feel their feelings. Yeah. We get caught up in the technology and the day to day and what we're going to wear and who we're going to be. And it's just like, have you ever just sat in a room and thought about all the shit that your families had to go through so you could be here?
This message is brought to you by NPR sponsor Lisa in collaboration with West Elm. Discover the new natural hybrid mattress, expertly crafted from natural latex and certified safe foams, designed with your health and the planet in mind. Visit leesa.com to learn more.
This message comes from MIDI Health. Women in midlife face a healthcare desert, but MIDI is here to fill the gap, offering expert care for perimenopause and menopause covered by insurance. Hot flashes, insomnia, brain fog, weight gain, and moodiness don't have to be accepted as just another part of aging. MIDI clinicians understand how these symptoms can connect to menopause and prescribe a wide range of solutions. Book your visit today at joinmidi.com. That's joinmidi.com.
After the election, the economy feels like one big, huh? Good thing there's the Indicator from Planet Money podcast. We take a different economic topic from the news every day and break it down in under 10 minutes. Topics like the home building shortage or the post-election crypto rally. Listen to the Indicator from Planet Money podcast from NPR and turn that huh into an ah.
This message comes from the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, recognizing extraordinarily creative individuals with a track record of excellence. More information on this year's MacArthur Fellows is at macfound.org.
We're going to round 3. This is the last round. All right, here we go. There's 3 more.
Whoa,
your face
red cards?
Oh my God, it's so interesting.
Like a Skittle.
It's so
I'm
interesting.
chasing the rainbow.
People have that reaction.
Okay. I don't want to. We're going to do 3. I don't want to disrespect 3. Let's go 3.
1, 2, 3, 3.
Yep.
What's a place you consider sacred?
Oh my goodness. I mean, like my home. My home. Yeah, my heart. My mind. Get out of here. If you want to disturb my peace, you have to go. You just have to go. And even if we're blood related. Bye-bye. I have too many important, like, my kids are so amazing and I work so hard to have them. Like, I can't be worried about you and I have to be good for them.
How do you keep that in your home? Like, do you actually do?
I'm a defender.
Yeah.
And comedy helps.
In what way?
It's sugar with the medicine. You know? Yeah, I'm going to tell you how I feel about what you're doing and that I can't do it. But, you know, maybe later I can. And I might, you know, either start with a joke or end with something funny. So, you know, you don't feel as bad. And maybe I don't feel as bad either. But you got to go. Can't do it.
Can you tell me about your house? Like, do you have a particular ritual with your family that keeps it feeling sacred?
I mean, you know, I really pride myself on being the fun house, which is great. Because I grew up in a very Caribbean household where it's like a lot of parties and families and dancing. And so I love that. And so we make it a point to have people over like once a month or something. But, and a lot of people, you know, like 40 to 80 people. Because, you know, we have a beautiful community. And now people are sort of like, you know, in relationships and have kids and dogs. And so we, you know, my husband and I, we're sort of like community organizers. And so we have parties. But, you know, it's also nice to have like a friend over for dinner once in a while, but for the most part, like we have dinner together every night as a family, and
that alone is a big deal.
Yeah, we work really hard for all those plates to make it to the table. If it's for 7 minutes or 30 minutes, we're doing it, you know. And it isn't always like romantic. We don't go around the table and be like, "What was your thorn in your like?" We don't do all that. You know, it's just like, "Can you just eat your broccoli and tell me what happened at the playground?"
If a kid eats their broccoli, I think that is sacred. I think that's a sacred act.
Same. Exactly.
Okay, 3 more cards. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh, number 2.
Do you think there's any part of us that will live on after we die?
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. I mean, I host this barbecue show on Netflix called Barbecue Showdown. And what I really love about people from all walks of life that come in with recipes outside of like just in their brain, it's always like a grandma, a great grandma, you know, it is passing. It's what the ancestors wanted, right? They're passing down culture and recipes and it's up to us to, you know, song to still celebrate them and keep doing them and alive. And so whatever that is, it's like, yeah, we still can. We can do all of that. Repeat a joke or a story, a dance move. It's like, yeah, we can do that. We could still live on.
You were raised like in a church.
Very
churchy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very churchy.
And how are you still churchy?
No.
Do you think there's a God?
I do think there's a God.
You do.
I do think there's a God. There's a higher power. There's something, there's a vibration. There's something. I don't think that all these things in the world have happened without like some sort of like, there's some sort of higher power. I have no idea who or what, but yeah, because I feel it. Sometimes I feel like I'm flying. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm flying, you know? It's like, it's fun and it's good and it's powerful, but I couldn't tell you what it is. And I'm just like, we need to update the Bible. What are we doing? We update our phones and Similac more than we update the Bible. We're just gonna believe these motherfuckers from back then? Come on now. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's such a game of telephone. That's not nice.
Do you still hold that they're in that Catholic tradition, there's a afterlife? Like the thing that lives on after we die is you in heaven. That's the Christian belief. Is that something that resonates with you or no?
I do think something happens, but I have no idea what. I don't know what. I do believe in energy and spirits. There are too many coincidences for me not to think that someone's trying to tell me something sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I don't really subscribe to the whole. There's 3 levels, like a heaven, a purgatory, and a hell. Like, I don't know about all that, but that's just me. And here's the thing too. I want people to be happy and I want them to be full. So whatever you believe, I'm with you on that. The minute you start saying we shouldn't do something and someone shouldn't live their life and it makes them happy or they shouldn't exist, then we got to talk. Or not talk at all.
Yeah, I get it. Okay. We're at our last question, Michelle.
Oh my God.
You answered all of them. You still have a skip and a flip. You don't have to use them. I'm just reminding you. Especially in the last one. Okay, 1, 2, or 3.
I don't know. That's so hard. I'll give 1 a little love.
Okay. What feels unreachable to you?
What feels unreachable?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Nothing. I mean, even in the deepest, darkest moment of, do I have a life-threatening disease? Can I beat it? You fight, and you really try to make a miracle happen. So I feel like unreachable, that is a word that people will tell you to make it easy for them. But you dig deep and do whatever the fuck you have to do to make whatever the fuck needs to happen.
We end the show the same way every time. Trip in our memory time machine. You pick one moment from your past that you would not change anything about. You just want to linger there a little longer.
Oh my God.
What moment do you choose?
I think the night I met my husband. It was the end of the night. It was my last stop. I was already on a bad date, and I was like, forget this guy. It was a place called Bembe in Brooklyn, which is like a free joint. I don't know if it's free anymore, but it was free back in the day. And you go and dance, and you pay cash only, overpriced guava drinks or whatever, and have some dudes with accents spin you around and be like, what country are you from? And sure enough, met some white boy with a strange name who spun me and stepped on my feet. And I remember it being dark, and he had a really cute hat on, and he kind of was giving a ghetto Bruce Willis with a booty. I was like, what is this? I'm so confused. I am so, it was like Andre Agassi. I was like, you have blue eyes and dimples. You smell like a pack of cigarettes, but I still like it. Very confusing. I remember the smell and the feeling, but I wish I just could remember the songs and the dances and I wish I could live there a little bit longer. But, we've had a beautiful life, so there's a lot of other moments too.
Michelle Buteau, her new Netflix comedy special is called A Buteau-ful Mind at Radio City Music Hall. Michelle, thank you.
Thank you.
If you liked this episode, and I hope you did, check out my conversation with Catherine Hahn. She told me at this point in her life and career, she feels more powerful than ever, which is very much the vibe that we got from Michelle. Talking with both of them was genuinely inspiring and just a completely good time. This episode was produced by Lee Hale and edited by Dave Blanchard. It was mastered by Robert Rodriguez. Wildcard's executive producer is Beth Donovan. Our theme music is by Ramteen Arblui. Reach out to us, if you would, at wildcard@npr.org. We'll shuffle the deck, and we will be back with more next week. Talk to you then.
This message comes from Capella University. With Capella's FlexPath learning format, you can set your own deadlines and learn on your schedule. A different future is closer than you think with Capella University. Learn more at capella.edu. Support for this podcast and the following message come from Energia, where everyone can invest in the world's top renewable energy markets. Whether you're a seasoned investor or just starting out, diversify your portfolio for as little as $100. Make your money do more at energia.com/NPR. This message comes from NPR sponsor Rosetta Stone, an expert in language learning for 30 years. Right now, NPR listeners can get Rosetta Stone's lifetime membership to 25 different languages for 50% off. Learn more at rosettastone.com/NPR.